and good morning. Ooh, open Friday coffee. It's here. We're here. Hey, I got a lot of fun faces. Go Rich and Jade and Jeff. Rajiv, oh, thank you for coming back. It's good to see you. And Mark, you're one of our people who has been here, once before, or is this your first time?
This is the first time in your group, yes.
Yeah, okay. I probably have seen you. See, the thing is I'm a part of 3 different networking groups that I help mentor. And so sometimes I get a little confused where I've seen people. So please don't take it personally. And I promise
I do not.
I'll be excited every time I see you. Because that's just the way I are. Anyhow, for starters, since I know the rest of these lovely faces that are around me, and because it's 9 o'clock, people know I start right on time. Mark, if you'd go ahead and introduce yourself and let me know how I can help you. And then we'll go to Jade and then Rajiv and then Jeff and then Rich. Go ahead, Mark.
Well, hello, everyone. Jenny, it's fantastic, this invite. It's beautiful to be part of it. And I'm Mark from Montreal, Canada, and I have a company called Reset It. And what it does, it resets the things that you do not want in your life. You know, those 50 to 60,000 thoughts that you're having and the things that you're telling yourself? Well, these are the things that you do not want in your life. And what I teach you is how to reset the things that you do not want so you can be free to choose the things that you do want. And
so how can I help you?
Well, how can you help me is being part of what you're doing right now. That's all it is. It's being in the group with everybody.
Okay, and then what attracted you to come on to Open Friday Coffee?
What attracted me to you?
Well, I was asking her like, oh,
okay, and usually when people will say, okay, I'm attracted to you, it's like, how can my business serve your business?
Well, I think, you know, at the end of the day, Janine, people buy people. So if we're in a lot of people and how we communicate and meet people, I think that's where it all starts. I wanted to meet you first.
Okay, that makes sense to me. And I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but yes, I meant to put you on the spot because I'm a very direct person. And if you can handle that kind of work with me, then we're going to get along great. So that's fabulous. Thank you very much. Thank you for putting up with me. Okay, I said Jade next, right? And then Rajiv and Rich. Go ahead.
Hey everybody, I'm Jade with Tokyo Dog Designs, and as you can tell, I'm in a hotel room because I am actually at a conference this week. I do them all the time for expos, and I invented a way to do origami with a stencil. And what I could use from Janine is some ideas on how to bring some more traffic to my website. I'm not getting the traffic that I'm wanting.
Okay, so the very first thing is, do you have a book yet? Have you written a book?
And we are writing a book based off the podcast.
Okay, fabulous. All right. And so the person that you want to talk to is in my screen, lower right-hand corner, which is Jeff Bourgeois, who's also Canadian, wonderful friend of mine, treat him well. He and I have been working together for over 4 or 5 years. And I just wanted to let you know, he specializes in 12-hour books. And he and I are currently building a program together. What does it look like? When are we launching? We don't know, but we do know we'll have it done by June 1st. So we have a deadline. Oh, great. But we're building it out because of people like yourself and Mark and Diane who have these specialty IP. You guys have a lot of intellectual property between your ears, but building out a book the normal way, like I've done since 2005, no longer works because Amazon has made it so incredibly expensive, right? To do everything their way. They're very stubborn now about what you can do and what you can't do. Thank you, Rajiv. I agree. He's a jewel in my crown. But I just wanted to make sure that people get to know that what we're doing is we're building out a program. He came up with the title, 12-Hour Books. He's been running this program for some time, and now he's allowing me to kind of ride along on his shirt tails and bring my people along because I have been looking for a system that was fast, that was quick, gave a 3-dimensional product because you operate in products, you have 3-dimensional products. But for people who are service-based, how do you drive traffic? You offer them a checklist that gives them AKA, boom, 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 Jeff had a book. Well, don't worry, Jeff, we'll get back to you. So that's how I recommend it, is that you have a product. You do not want to be shipping things through the mail that are a product that costs you as much as it does for that. However, how do I get to know you for only $9? And for $9, you can ship a book to somebody. And as Jeff says, this is all his language, and you can repeat yourself when I'm done, Jeff, is you want to give a love letter to your ideal client. And that love letter is this book. And that's what 12-Hour Books is all about. So that's coming to you in June. Anything else I can offer you, my dear?
No, I just want to listen in today.
Okay.
I find it valuable. Thank you.
Okay. Well, thank you for leaving the trade show floor. I'm honored. Oh, love you. Okay. By
No,
the
we
way,
haven't set up yet.
yeah. Okay. All right. All right. I get it. I get it. Anyway, so I love it. Jade's brutally honest, and that's why she and I get along so well. She also was the only person that took such high quality photos of me. If you see pictures of me, those are Jade's photos. She's the one that did it because she's so direct. She's like, move your head a quarter of an inch to the right. No, your other right, Janine, you know, and it's like,
military, right.
It was wonderful because we were in and out in an hour. And I have been on some photo shoots that took 5 hours and I felt like I've been run through the mud. And yet those pictures, not as high quality as what Jade offers. So thank you, my dear. Okay,
You're so
moving
sweet.
on. Rajiv, hi, I missed you. We haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for showing up to the last Friday coffee before my sabbatical. What can we do for you today, my friend?
Yeah, so Janine, I've been like losing my mind. Okay, so there was this one, there was this one woman that I met at this, coffee hour, and she does publicity and press releases. I think her name is Rose, but I'm not sure. I think so. I definitely met her on Zoom, and I think I connected her on LinkedIn, but I'm just blanking on her name. And I've been trying to find who this person is for the last like 3 months, and I've been like coming up short. So.
Her name is Mary Sloan. Her name is Mary Sloan, and it's in the chat for you. Bye, Rajiv. Have a wonderful day. You do not have to stick around, my friend. You are as busy as I am. But if you want to stick around, you're welcome to. This is informal. Come when you can, leave when you have to. You don't have to stick around. You want a piece, you want information, you want a person, and you want to take off, go ahead. Because I know how busy you are. And I just want to say before you go, thank you, Rajiv. And please give a 15-second what you do, because I use Rajiv when he's asking me for advice with marketing and media. I use Rajiv when I need to reach out to thousands of people. He's my guy. So go ahead, Rajiv, talk to us a little bit about what you do.
Yeah, so basically, as you can see from my Zoom background, I'm the assassin. What that means is I take out, destroy, kill, obliterate anything bad from the internet. So that's bad reviews, bad press, scandal, bad Google My Business reviews, any videos from TikTok, YouTube, anything. We can delete anything from anywhere. That's the bottom line. And we have a success guarantee as well. So if outcome is not realized, you get a refund. So it's real simple. And I'm looking for partners, because any business that comes from you, you get paid, I get paid, the client gets taken care of. And sometimes this is a lump sum deal. Sometimes it's a monthly retainer that lasts 2 years. You get paid 2 years, so it's a win-win-win. So
and before you go, I want to brag about you. I want to share with you how he helps you. This is not, oh, I don't like this person, I want you to assassinate their character on the internet. This is not what he does. What he does is bad press that you didn't deserve. Now, we've all had this as business owners, and he is your right-hand man. He's in your corner. He's the one that's taking the punches and getting it out there. What happened to me was I had one person that happened to be a part of the administrative crew of Motley Fool. And they decided, because I didn't have a licensure, because I wasn't a certified public accountant, because I wasn't a financial planner, all the things I tell you I'm not anyway, and I was just a college professor, you know what they did? They had tried to assassinate me. And this was back in 2010, and I didn't have a Rajiv. And I didn't know how to protect myself from all of it. They shut down my servers. I couldn't sell my book. I had horrible things happening at that time. Back in 2010, we didn't have the protections we do now. And so what they did was they got their $150,000 subscriber list to invade my sites. And so I was swamped for weeks. That was the old school way of, if you didn't like somebody, this is how you could bully them on the internet. So now I partner with Rajiv. We don't have a formal thing. I'm not getting money yet. It's just, I understand the value having been in that situation. Jeff Bourgeois also had situations that happened to him where it was bad press. They took a screenshot of him when he was teaching a class, and that's the marketing. And they said that he was, a so-called professional, and they just didn't like him. Why? He likes to wear Hawaiian shirts because he's on Zoom. Right. And I'm like, excuse me. So you can get bad press without even trying. Make sure you get Rajiv's information, okay? Because that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about one or the other. Anyway, Rajiv, I had to brag about you, just like I do Jade when she gives me an opportunity. Okay. Thank you, Rajiv. Take care of yourself. Mary Sloan, that's who you need. Okie dokie. Let's see. And then I promised Rich next, and then Diane, right? And then Jeff, and then Allison, and then Peter. Okay, go ahead, Rich. How can I help you today?
I got to follow that.
Don't sweat bullets. I can make anybody sound good, including the author who has so niched her book down. It's how to travel in your RV with your Yorkie. And we came up with a marketing plan for her. Okay, so Rich, you got it. We can make it happen for you, my man.
So the more I'm sitting here listening, the more I attend these coffees, the more I'm realizing I am bookless, and I need to rectify that.
You have so much, though. Yes. Okay. Do you want to chat with Jeff Bourgeois first? Get his contact information, talk about 12-hour books, and he'll get you ready to rock and roll when we launch our 12-hour book program in June. Yeah.
Excellent.
A.
Yeah.
Okay, my dear Jewish New Yorker. I used to say, hi, I'm a recovering Catholic. How you doing, Rich? He goes, recovering Jewish. Or no, what do you call it? You say it better.
I'm only Jewish on my parents' side.
I'm sorry, I laugh easy, but when you get me laughing, I can't stop.
I'm in it for the food. I'm in it for the jokes. I'm not in it for the holidays, because Jewish holidays are like, every Jewish holiday is the same. They tried to kill us. We won. Let's eat.
Nanner, still here. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I always imagine Moses and Joseph doing that. Joseph finally got across the water and went, nanner, still here. I always call him the original project manager, keeping that train moving all the way around. Anyway, okay. Enough of the jokes. So if you need somebody to help you with your branding because you have a new project and you want it to stay in alignment with the branding you got from somebody that you paid $300 for before you knew about Canva, Rich is the guy that can help coordinate all that for you. I know Rajiv is laughing because it's true. Before you find all this stuff, right? So Rich is the guy that can help you with your content marketing through branding. Okay. And if he can take somebody like the crazy Janine Bolon with her 8 gates and her 15 websites and her 12 books and all that kind of stuff and can find a way to brand me, I know he can do wonderful things for you. So there you go. The mothership is what we call the 8 gates. Yeah. We got a lot of satellites operating. I'm a college professor. I'm used to dealing in branches. It's no big deal. Okay. Diane, and then Jeff, Allison, and Peter. Go ahead, Diane. How can I help you today?
Good morning. It's great to see you again today. My gosh. You just must be wonderful, Janine, because I'm telling you, there's just so much happening all of the time, and now as far as me, I know that, goodness, I think I said 2 sentences to you and you're like, oh, good, we could do this. And I'm thinking, okay, wait, now, so tell me,
slow down.
Tell me exactly. I'm kind of reflecting your energy is what it is, I guess.
I'm teasing you. Go ahead. What can we do?
It's fine. Well, yeah, I know you mentioned that you work with students with, I work with a debt elimination system, and you said you work with students to do something along those lines, but I'm not exactly sure what you do, how I can help you, how we can help each other. How can we, how can we, I don't know,
okay,
talk a little bit further than 2 sentences,
Right. Okay. I remember it doesn't take me long to figure out that I need to work with somebody or I can be a JV partner. I think Rajiv is the one that got it the least. I went, Rajiv, I need to talk with you. Gotta go. Click the link and left. Okay. So you got 2 sentences. Rajiv was just like, whatever. Who's this person? He had to get like a character reference before he'd sign up. So, the first thing that you can do for me is I have in the chat that I'm going on sabbatical to Australia. So I am gone and unavailable for the entire month of April because 75% of my trip is going to be in the outback. So I'm only going to spend about 25% where I'm anywhere near Wi-Fi. So as a thing so that my children know where their mother is. When I do have access to Wi-Fi, I will be uploading pictures to this document. Do not worry, you will not be put into a funnel. It's just a way to keep track and learn a little something about Australia as we go. So That's what that's all about. The way you and I can help is if you want to come back to another open Friday coffee, when I open it up in May, the links will go out in the email that you will receive after today's episode. And after that is done, go ahead and sign back on. And then we will talk about when we start running the 60-40 principle again. I've written 5 books on debt-free living. I started in 2005, and I had a blog that was called My 2 Cents. And the name of my company at the time was Smart Sense. And what I was doing was help with financial planning for freshmen. And I was teaching the wonderful class called Money 101. That was the inspiring title. The book that is now called Money, It's Not Just for Rich People. And I took 300 of my students and their families, and I coached them for 3 months. And about the time I finished, they came out with the 8th habit, the 7 habits of highly successful people. They came out with the 8th habit, and I was a part of the institution that supported the work of that book. So anyway, so that's when I wrote Money It's Not Just for Rich People. Okay, so Stephen Covey, good guy. However, I always told my students, don't read Stephen. He's boring. You want to read his son, Sean Covey's book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens. Oh my gosh, I read that once a year. It literally helps me sharpen the saw because it's ever so much more fun. And Sean just went through at age 30 now, because he wrote it when he was 21. At age 30, rewrote it because now we have iPods and downloadable music and social media. And so he's updating it all the time, and the kids love it. So for those of you who have teenagers, that's an excellent book. Don't give them Stephen's work. Stephen's old and dry and academic. So I love Stephen. I've been able to be on a phone call with him. It's okay. He's good. Okay.
Wow.
So that's how you and I can work. Okay. All
Okay,
right.
sounds
And if you
good.
need,
All right,
yeah, so definitely come back. So
I will come back. I'm looking forward to learning more. It's great.
okay. All right. And I had next Jeff, Allison, Peter, and then Selena. So go ahead, Jeff. Talk to us about 12-hour books and whatever else you want to talk about.
Well, I think I might need to redo it because yesterday I did one in 4 hours.
Yeah, we're going to go 12 hours because people don't believe me as it is. Dude, don't make it harder for me to sell this thing. And literally, he and I worked out a book in 90 minutes. We had a book done in 90 minutes. So we can, but he and I have been writing books a long time. You get 2 authors together and we can crank out an outline in 15 minutes and say the material. And we had it all verbally done. Otter did it. And now we're doing the editorial work. But for other people that maybe are bookless, like our dear Rich Buyer, who wants very much to be a booked author. Right. Anyway, so talk to us a little bit about what you do and how we can help you.
Well, I think, as you said earlier, I help people write love letters to their perfect clients. And one of the things I find a lot of people think marketing is about reaching the many, whereas for me, it's just about having those raving fans. And, you know, I look back and the foundations of Christianity started with 12 disciples. You know, that's what most of my books are based on, is reaching 12 people who become raving fans. And so it's not about how hard it is. A lot of people struggle to write books. I work with them. I have a process. I need a better word than extraction, but you know, basic. It sounds painful, right? But
It does.
you know,
Do you have anesthesia or at least acupuncture?
I do wear gloves.
Okay, that's nice to know.
It's a gentle probing. It doesn't hurt much. But the reality is most people will tell you the wrong way to write a book, and they'll tell you to write the wrong book. So we're not about best-selling authors. I'm about best earning authors. And, you know, it is only a nerd like Janine that would get that. You know, we're sharing things that is like, oh my God, we just created something huge, because there's so many people out there that have a story to tell, and it's complicated enough that you need a book for it. But then people say, oh, it's hard to get you know, the traditional publishers want you to believe that you have to pay them tens of thousands, or, you know, the vanity publishers. I love helping people get clients. And my personal record is the day we published a book, the author got a new client. And that's the kind of stories I love to hear, because you're attracting the right clients, not just the next client.
Thanks so much, Jeff. Did you want to put in the link, the wellness? Because I attract a lot of wellness people that are metaphysical in nature, energy workers. And then Diane too, because of the financial end of it, might be appropriate for your group on LinkedIn. He's very selective. And so I try to help filter people for him as well on if you want to talk a little bit about your group.
Sure. So we have two things. So it's the brand is Global Wellness Headquarters. I put the LinkedIn group in the chat, and basically it's just a place where I connect other wellness people with other wellness people. And the ones that I like the most, we actually have a digital magazine, and they contribute articles and content, and we have different levels. Most of the time it's free. The condition is we promote you, you've got to promote us. So we're very much about a community. And the reason I created wellness was, we saw the opposite of wellness during COVID. I think a lot of people went in a different direction than wellness. And now we're helping people get back to that wellness. So anybody who has anything to do with wellness, which by the way, Janine covers financial wellness. That's one of my favorite areas. So I love connecting people, and the LinkedIn group is how I connect. So if somebody wants to meet somebody in my network, that's where they all are starting to hang out.
And so that's one of the reasons why I wanted to bring Jeff on. And Rajiv also can help you if you have a group that you're building and then you have somebody sneak in and start messing with your group, he can help you. And if he can't help you, what I love about Rajiv is he knows somebody who can. He has a lot of good networks. Okay, we have Allison, Peter, and Selena. So Allison, hi, it's good to see you again.
Good to see you too. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so can you tell us a little bit about what you do and also how I can help you?
Yeah, so I am a content marketer. I help people explain to their clients what they do and how they can help their clients and why we should all care. So that's a lot of blog posts, a lot of website landing pages. That's what I do in a nutshell. As far as what you can do for me, I mean, I see some pretty awesome people here on this Zoom call, so I'm pretty sure you can connect me to other awesome people. I know you and I were in a networking event earlier this week. And you mentioned you're having a summit and you invited me here, and I was like, well, if Janine is doing this, then of course I want to be involved. So
yes, one of the things that was rattling around my brain case, I'm a part of WOW, which is Winning on Wednesdays. And when you become a Winning on Wednesdays Plus member, I interview you for 15 minutes and you go up on the podcast. And so it is worth your time to get on that podcast. I'm lucky that I get to interview Rich and a few others. Anyway, and I met Rajiv through that process as well. So for Allison, though, one of the reasons I wanted to connect with you was not only the summit that we're holding on September 14th and 15th. I think you would be perfect to help authors understand how to do content marketing, because a lot of authors think, okay, I wrote the book, I have no idea what to say on the emails, I have no idea how to do a newsletter. People are still seeing their content as, oh, I need to create a newsletter. And what they don't understand is they're actually writing love letters to their readers, like, thank you for buying my book. Thank you for reading my book. Thank you for even checking out my website. Like, these are things that they don't even think about to write. And so if you would do like a 90-minute workshop on September 15th, if you would put something like that together and then email that to my executive assistant, Tasha at the8gates.com. And if you would just say summit workshop, offering or option or something like that in the subject title, will work back around you. The other thing is when Jeff and I build out this 12-hour book program, that kind of thing, we would love to have people like you have videos that you're talking about what you do, and we'll be happy to have affiliate partners for this, because when it comes to running businesses nowadays, especially digitally, you really need a team. And what Jeff and I know about each other is we're really good at gathering people like all of you, and all of you have enough wisdom in your heads. There are ways that we can build out a whole team where we're shuffling one client around each other. And yet I kind of act as the mothership. That's why Jeff was teasing me. I act as the project manager and make sure we don't lose anybody in the process, because I've set up all the automation so that they naturally move over. And that's how white glove broadcasting came into being. I have 15 freelancers, but we're all a team, and we have projects that we run that are anywhere from 20,000. Our largest bid was 250,000 for this team. So that's where we see business moving toward as more and more people are now on Zoom. Jade, I'll get back to you in just a minute. First, I need to let Peter and Selena chat, then we'll open it up for Q&A, my dear. Any other questions, Allison? Does that help answer what you need? Okay, because that's how I want to connect with you. And then after Jeff and I build the 12-hour, then I want you in to help them understand how to handle messaging with their new book that has the content in it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Fabulous.
Jenny, my question was about your event. Can I ask about that really fast?
Okay, really fast, but Peter's been very, very patient. So is Selena. So go
sorry,
ahead.
Peter. So sorry, Peter. So sorry, Selena. Is this going to be something you're recording we can access later? Because I'm at a show.
Yes, you can for $147.
Sold. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay.
That was
Peter.
quick.
Yes.
Good.
Jade, when Jade interrupts, I always love it. Like I said, direct person. I know she'll get to the point.
Don't ask for more.
Right. So go ahead, Peter. How are you today? Tell us a little bit about what you do and how can I help you?
Sure. Nice to meet everyone. I'm Peter Stein. I'm with Starista, which is a marketing solutions company, focus on new customer acquisition and lead generation through audience data that we own. And we've got some marketing technology as well. So we activate that data through email marketing and digital advertising, typically work with middle market and enterprise level customers. And we do a lot of work through advertising agencies. So I'm always looking to connect with other marketing services providers that plays in companies $50 million and up. So SEO people are good for me, video people, branding people, all things that Starista does not focus on, but they're good centers of influence for me to meet the right target customer.
Got it. Okay. And so how can I help you?
Well, always, as I said, looking to meet other marketing services providers. So any introductions, or I'm always open for that.
Okay, so I'm going to let you know why my eyeballs glazed over when you started talking, and it's not personal. And I think you understand that I'm offering this to you as somebody who I want to work with you, but I don't know how. Even though you did a beautiful job of stating what you did, it was more like a to-do list. And I'm like, oh, I have no idea what you are or who you are, Peter, and how you can help me make my life. You know how, you know the rule of thumb, right? You got to save me money. You got to save me time. You've got to help me save my knowledge or save my sanity. And that's what Mark does. Mark saves my sanity, right? So, and I don't know Selena yet, but I can categorize you in this positronic brain that I have, and I can figure out how I can best serve you. And so I would love it if you could just talk to me, Peter, in 3 to 4 sentences of, yeah, we all need clients. Everybody on the show needs clients. Everybody needs lead gen. What makes you so different that I'm going to be like, yeah, Peter, sign me up?
Yep. So better results, better ROI through our better performing data, but
relative to whom? See, so you can tell me better, but you know, I also have that with my bra. Sorry, but I've got a better bra now. And so I don't mean to be, I'm not trying to be harsh. Thank you for letting me record this. And I want to let you guys know I like Peter. I like him a lot. And what I want to do is help him get to a point where he can spit this stuff out super fast, because you are doing something amazing. And this is what you're doing that's amazing. You're being an entrepreneur, and there's very few people who can ride that horse and stay on for 8 seconds. But that's about all the time you've got, cowboy. You got 8 seconds. I'm sorry, I was raised in Missouri, round a ranch. So you've got 8 seconds, cowboy, to stay on that Bronco and keep this positronic brain entertained long enough. But I hear data acquisition, digital marketing, lead gen. Everybody tells me that. Tell me something I haven't heard, right? So how about you and Rich get together, work on your message a little bit? How do you like me voluntolding you, Rich? Wonderful man that he is. But get on LinkedIn, and Peter, please give me your LinkedIn profile so I can connect with you there, so I can start getting other people to you.
Sure.
And thank you for allowing me to use you as a case study. And do come back. I would love to see you again. Okay.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah, because you're an entrepreneur, and I don't get many of those on this call. And that is what makes you stand out. And if you say that to people, they'll be entrepreneur. I've heard authorpreneur from Janine. I've heard entrepreneur from other people. I've heard solopreneur. That's the title of one of Janine's books. Entrepreneur, what the Hades is that? And you can go, well, and give them 2 sentences. So that's where your superpower is, my friend. So thank you for putting up with me. I appreciate you very much. And we'll be in touch after I get back from Australia. Okay.
Can I be a Yiddishpreneur?
Say what?
Can I be a Yiddishpreneur?
You can be a Yiddishpreneur, but remember we have Matt, our tech tip guy, or 1 minute tech tip guy, and he's the hashtag Hebrew hottie. Remember? So gotta watch that.
Listen,
don't want to be with hashtag Hebrew hottie. So
I'm not too concerned about competition with Matt.
I know.
You know, I think most of his Jewishness is just in how he talks.
He has a lot of fun with that. So anyway, I'm hoping Matt comes on, but he actually works for a living. I do too, but he has a job in an office, and he has to play it straight some days. Okay, so Selena, hi, thanks for putting up with the insanity that is our world. Thank you for coming to Open Friday Coffee. And, oh, thank you. I get to use my sign. Oh, I haven't been able to use it yet. Good job. Oh,
I'm glad you had an opportunity to do that.
You're awesome.
Thank you for having this platform. Mostly I am here to learn stuff and just learn by observing. I have no idea what an intrapreneur is. So maybe an explanation of that would be good.
Okay. Peter, I want you to correct me at any time. Go ahead and raise your hand if you have a different definition of it. Okay, so I give you total permission to interrupt me and all that good stuff. All right. Entrepreneur is somebody who is not technically an entrepreneur because they're not a freelancer. They're not operating as a 1099. They're actually a W-2 employee with a company. And they are operating as an entrepreneur. So they're actually bringing business, and they're seeking out demographics that the primary company they work for as a W-2 isn't even looking at. But they're so entrepreneurial in their mindset that they're seeking them out, even though the company doesn't think it's worth their time or is not putting resources into it except by paying them. That's an entrepreneur.
Thank you.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. That's why I'm like, this is your superpower, Peter. Next time, say that. And my little 8-second brain will go, ooh, here's somebody who can stay on a Bronco. Let's talk. Yes, I am in Colorado. I'm in Longmont, Colorado. So there you go. That's where all that comes from. Okay.
He's the original Rocky Mountain High.
And then we had cannabis come through, and then I had to really straighten it up because if you want to, you can sign up for You're on Mute, and I'll be happy to send you the You're on Mute cards. They're really helpful on Zoom meetings, and I'm on Zoom 90% of my life anyway. But the other thing that is helpful about that is if you have me on your podcast program and I'm your guest, you get brownies. And then Colorado legalized cannabis, and everybody's like, oh, right, brownies. And Jeff even wrote an article for me. Thank you, Jack. This is when I really knew that he was somebody I wanted to work with. He's like, I work for brownies. He shows all the packages of brownies I've sent to him because of the multiple podcasts he's had me on. So those are ways that you build those amazing relationships with people that then end up promoting you, and you didn't even ask them. And you're like, geez, thanks. How can I help you? And what can I do? Okay, so I think that's everybody's had an opportunity to speak. Oh, good. Here comes our other friend from Israel. Ham's going to join us. Rich and Allison know him. Rajiv too. He's with WOW, and I'll give him an opportunity to say the last word. That's what he enjoys doing. Rajiv, yes, I would love to be a guest on your show. And if you would contact Tasha, And if you will record me on a Tuesday, it's free of charge. If you ask me to record on a different day, it's $475. Can you tell what I'm trying to do with my life? So pick any Tuesday in May or June or July, and we will be right. And we will be happy to be a guest on your show. And yes, you will get brownies. So hey, thank you so much for joining us. How is my friendly WOW member? That's it. Thank you. Thank you.
A man of no words.
I talk when I want to.
Exactly. And you can't make me say otherwise, Mom. He's not that way at all. He's a sweetheart. He actually helps us stay on track when we're on our crazy Zoom meetings with multiple breakout rooms. What can I do for you today, Ham? Or are you just here to bless us with your wisdom?
I'm here. I enjoy the company, your company and all the rest.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't know if you had something to speak on. Sometimes you come onto these calls and you've just read an article or something and you share it with us. So thank you very much.
I can say the way I'm thinking. If you want me, I will say it.
Okay, please do.
We use the word have a lot of power. When we switch the word, we have different outcome, which is mean when you need something, you're a needy person. That's fear behind that. When you want something, it's come from freedom. It's a choice that you make. So people hear it different. When you say, I need something or I want something, people hear it in a different way.
Thank you very much. And I'm glad that you came on because Mark is somebody that maybe the two of you might be profitable together. Haim worked with another WOW member called Joel Solomon when we were on, and they did a workshop together. It was very helpful to both of them. So Mark, you have similar but different perspective, and it's just enough different that the two of you will shine in a workshop together. So I'd recommend you guys do something like a 90-minute workshop for your people. And the two of you
we're already set up to meet next week.
Oh, silly me. Well, fabulous. You rock and roll, my friends. Make it happen for yourselves. Okay. Any questions? Anybody have any questions or anybody want to chat with somebody that you didn't have an opportunity to chat with? Any questions?
Why do crayons come 64 to a pack?
I don't know.
Me neither.
All right. I was just curious if we were going to have something. For those of you who are authors, coaches, are bookless and want to have a book or something like that, please sign up for the Authorpreneurial Conference. That link will take you to the conference we're having on September 14th and 15th. The conference only runs one day. We have 3 tracks. I'm an analytical biochemist by training, and so I set it up like a scientific conference where you have to pick what speaker you want to talk to and go to that room. And what we're going to do is run 3 tracks at once. The second day are workshops of people like Jeff Bourgeois and Allison, who have things that they can teach for 90 minutes and walk you through 3 exercises that you actually are actively engaged in and doing. We'll record all of that and make it available for people later. But what I'm trying to do with this Authorpreneurial Conference is show people how easy it is to write a book with the 12-hour book system that Jeff came up with, and then how to market that book and find those ideal clients. And so, Peter, that's when you come in on, get really niche with me about how we can work that with book coaches and that kind of thing, and if it is appropriate for your business, especially if we can get some of these book coaches or book authors to run $15,000 to $20,000 programs, then we hit that mid-level area that you're talking about with your corporation that you work for, okay? So that is where I'm going with that. You'll see 4 buttons on there as I'm looking at different things. It doesn't matter which button you hit, you'll be put into our funnel in one way or another. And we will start actively engaging with you after July 4th holiday here in the United States, Independence Day. After that holiday, we'll reach out back around to you and start doing speaker auditions and seeing who we're actually going to have on the conference and doing the workshops. And so Rajiv, you're somebody who would be helpful to have you on there, not necessarily on the workshop, but definitely want to have you in one of the rooms helping people understand how not to be terrorized online and what you do. Okay, Selena, what's up, my friend?
I unmuted.
I noticed, and thank you. You're very good.
Thank you.
Gold star.
So I went to the conference thing and I did some feedback on the 99 offer book, and I can't remember if I may have already filled out that little application thingy. So
I do not get upset by duplications. So,
Got
you
it.
know, if you
Okay,
can't
no problem.
remember, I don't get upset if you sign up
Okay.
twice. I'm like, we'll make sure to get her on because she signed up
All
twice. Right?
okay, sounds good. All right, that was all I needed to know.
No problem. No problem. So, okay, anything else I can help people with? Because we've got about 19 minutes. And I don't believe in filling time unless there is something you want to know more or something you want to know better. Okay. All right. Well, if everyone will put their LinkedIn link in the chat so that other people can reach out to you. Jeff Bourgeois is like, with everything he heard from what you had to say, he would love to have you in his magazine. So if you have content, Allison and Selena, you may want to reach out to him. And I figure the rest of you know where you fit in with Jeff. So if you have an article of some kind of content that you've already put on LinkedIn, Jeff will then be able to put it in his magazine. And all he asks in return is to say, hey, I got my article in this magazine, and send people to the magazine. It's not that difficult, right? Cool. Okay. Chaim, did you want to have a moment to chat about anything, or have you said what you wanted to say?
I'm good. I mean, I can talk for hours.
I know.
I don't want to take the time.
Okay. No, I understand. I just wanted to give you an opportunity. If something was burning in your heart that you had to get off your chest, I wanted you to have an opportunity to say that. Okay.
I'm okay. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm good.
All right. You are good. This is true. Okay. So today I wanted to share a little bit. I wanted to give you an opportunity, but people aren't squeaking up. So here you go. We're going to launch into the topic that I wanted to bring up today before we close out. First thing is I'll be gone through the month of April. And I was trying to figure out, what do I really need to share with people before I take off? And this is the first thing. Please do not take advice from people you have not paid, who do not have a license, and who have nothing to lose if it fails. Over and over again, I have wonderful people who come to me horrifically in debt, and we're working them out of that debt load because they took advice from a friend or family member or coach who had nothing to lose. Now, most coaches will say, I have something to lose, I have a reputation. I'm like, I'm sorry, you have a mailing list under 1,000 people. You have nothing to lose, all right? Even I tell people, look, you may want to kind of pay attention to what I have to say with you because of my life experience, but technically I have nothing to lose if it fails. So check with a certified public accountant, check with a financial planner, certified financial planner. Make sure you're dealing, especially if it's in relationships, you have somebody who has a license to practice psychotherapy or something like that. Otherwise, that coach or that person has nothing to lose. You don't have an organization to call them out for their quackery, especially if they lead you down a primrose path that ends up just absolutely burning on fire. You're watching your finances go down the tubes, okay? So you want to have some sort of recourse, especially when you're forking over thousands of dollars for a program, an offer, or a coaching session. Make sure that individual has something to lose. All right. So I only say that because I got hit with 3 new clients this week. And I told all of them, by the way, I have nothing to lose. I'm not certified. I'm an analytical biochemist. I just have a lot of life experience. So you're actually going against my advice. Have you talked to a therapist that's licensed in marriage counseling? Have you? And I asked all that, and they're like, no, I have those people. I'm like, okay. So if you want me to help you on top of that team, that's fine. But I just wanted to share that with you because of the sheer volume of, and this comes from my younger students. These are my people that are 20 to 35. Because there is so much use on the internet, I have a lot of people tell me they have ADHD, and I'm like, where's your prescription? And where's your doctor's note? And they think I'm joking. I'm like, do you realize how extensive the testing is to determine if you have ADHD or whatever? Yeah, if somebody's joking with me, I'm not talking about that. But they have a meme out there, a TikTok actually. And my son's actually looking it up for me because I want to be able to give you the link next time I come on. Now, this is harsh, but you know me, I'm direct. I hit below the belt when I'm trying to get somebody's attention that's not listening. And for your clients, this is why we're doing this, for your people. There's a TikTok that's out there and it says, here's the gun. Here's my suicide note. Here's my doctor's note. Here's my meds. And I have 1-800 suicide hotline on my phone. I'm suicidal. Will somebody listen to me? Okay, it's over the top, it's harsh, and it's done much better than what I just did. But I'm just saying that you kind of have to walk through that process and that system. But sometimes we're in so much pain, we shortcut the system and we take advice from the very people that have nothing to lose. They have no investment in us. And that's where I had a student correct me. And they went, Ms. Bolon, you do have an investment. You've written a lot of books and you always tell us you can save us 7 years and $58,000. And I'm like, bravo. I just wanted to see if you were paying attention. Yes, I am invested in your success. But you have to come to it in your own mind, right? I could tell that to you, but it's so much better if you come to it in your own way, in your own time. Yes, Haim, how may I help you, dear?
No, it's something that you mentioned. First, I don't give advice to anyone. I teach principle of life. That's different. But when you talk about ADHD, ADHD is not a sickness. ADHD people working on a different time zone, the rest of the population, which is mean their time zone say now and not now. We can't keep up with people that doing all the time, so we medicate them to slow them down, that we can kind of work with or control them. Otherwise, we can't, because they're all the time doing things.
Yeah, and so Haim, thank you. See, he always does this so I can use these case studies. So what's your license in?
A study that I read and I listen to.
There you go. See, he backed it up. He had data, right? So that's what you do. You say, oh, what's your license you're in? And if he's like, well, I don't have a license, but I was reading a study and this is what they were talking about and blah, blah, blah. And like, see, he immediately went from an opinion to somebody who actually done some scholarship, immediately goes up in my mind, okay, I'll listen to it. But at the same time, you got to see he had an investment. So thank you once again for being a case study for me. Go ahead, Selena.
My mute is off.
Bravo, gold star.
So when you're talking about, would you, and I haven't been with you long enough to know, how much of your own stories do you share as like a backup verification, that sort of thing? I'm
an author. I storytell all the time. It's just you don't hear a lot of that here on Open Friday Coffee because I'm trying to connect with as many people as possible in this hour. If you're to read my books, you don't see a lot of case studies because I use myself as an example first. And a lot of times I'm writing the book, and Jeff is going to talk about this on the 12-hour books. We write those 12-hour books as this is why you want to hire me, because this is what I have been through. If this story resonates with what you're going through right now, you may want to hire me because I'm a guide. I don't have all the answers, but I'm down the road a little further with the lamp that you can at least see in the darkness of your situation.
Okay, thank you, because that's what my current rough draft is.
Bravo. Well done. Okay, so we have about 11 minutes and I'll go ahead and close out this meeting unless somebody had something they wanted to say or they wanted to meet somebody that you didn't have an opportunity to connect with.
Janine, I just want to thank you. This has been amazing. I love what you do, and I love what you the way that you do it. It's just beautiful, 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 beautiful.
Thank you, Mark. I appreciate it. I work hard because I'm living on borrowed time. I have had to stand in the face of death 5 times in my life. I wake up every morning going, what do you know? Damn, I get another day. And it's usually F yeah, right? That's usually what happens with me is I bounce out of bed. And you guys are doing incredible things. And this is why I'm saying it. as entrepreneurs or as intrapreneurs, doesn't matter which, when you step out the way that you're stepping out with your creativity and your story, you're uplifting humanity. That's why you're so exhausted at the end of night, right? You choose to see the world in a positive way. Like, how can I help the next person so they don't suffer the way I did? Do you realize how bizarre that is? Like, there's only 4% of the population that does that. And I seem to attract that into my world. So as you walk through life, just realize what a blessing you are to the people that are interacting with you because of your perspective. And that's how I know that every person who comes onto these Open Friday coffees, I don't see you as needing me. I see you as offering something that's going to make the world a better place. And that's why Haim was very quick to say, you're not needy people. You have needs, but you're not needy. You're going after solutions. And all I can say is bravo. And it takes a lot of courage. And thank you for your courage. And I will see you again in May.